I'm Heinz. I arrived in Bali in 1990. I was the chef at the Grand Hyatt. It's the first time I discovered Balinese cooking, met my wife, which on her own rights is a fabulous Balinese cook, and her mother. We opened Bumbu Bali. 27 years later, we're still here. We've got 2 restaurants now. We only serve Balinese food. If you want to try Balinese food, where do you go? Yes, there are warungs. And you can get barbecuing and a lot of these things, but a lot of people come to Bali, they're a little bit hesitant to go out on the street. I said, where do you have a nice environment where you can get traditional Balinese food in a nice environment? It's very difficult to find. And I think it's actually very sad that not more people invest in this fabulous cuisine that we have here in Bali and make a real effort to promote Balinese cooking. I explained this many times to people as well. When they come to our restaurant and try the food, they said Balinese food is well balanced. It's not like very often when you go and have a Thai meal, you can change ginger, you taste lemongrass. Versus in Bali, the galangal, the ginger, the turmeric, it's in some ways it's a lot finer, it's a lot rounder, and it works very, very well together. I needed to learn the applications, how is it used, and I think that process took even longer to understand how spices work together. It's a question that's been asked many, many times. What's your favorite dishes? I like good food. It doesn't matter. You know, Balinese food as well, you can, all of a sudden you pick up, like we did in Sanur on the street, we had some pork satés. They were fabulous. They were really nice. Nice seasoning, nice taste, you know, they came off the grill, they had a bit of a crunch. So these satés were amazing. Then again, you get a babi guling, it's okay. But then you get a babi guling, which is fantastic, right? It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's good. How do I say this now? Fabian, it clicked in him as well, that by being passionate in what we're doing, and being enthusiastic, we can give somebody something very special which they take home for a very, very long time. And I think that is special about hospitality. And here in Bali, I mean, where else on planet Earth can you have a better place to have a restaurant? The people we work with are amazing. They're simply fantastic people to work with. But if you do it only for a business, you better sell Big Macs or God knows what, right? You have to get away from the focus of just being money-driven. Maybe 50% of the guests, they find out about our cooking classes when they come to the restaurant. And when we start the classes, we go to the market. Right? It's the whole package, and I always say, let's follow Mama Bali. What does she do early in the morning? She gets up in the morning and first she puts a pot of rice on, and then she goes to the markets, buys the ingredients, has a jamu, and we follow the steps. So we introduce people into the Balinese food culture. A lot of things which we do after in the kitchen, what we try to do is we try to leave the flavor, and we make every effort as 100% as original as it is in the village. It is like when you take a painting from Picasso. The frame maybe falls apart. You can change the frame. But you cannot take your own paintbrush and start painting over and put your own things into a Picasso. I feel exactly the same with Balinese cooking. It's not up to me and with my ideas to come in and say, oh, it would be nice if we had a little bit more this, a little bit more this. Besides cooking, my other big passion was always photography. Photography in some ways was really the triggering to stick my nose into things I didn't belong into it. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to go into more into markets, into Balinese homes, or we went back to our dear mama in Singaraja. She cooked, and her family, they cooked dishes for me, and I sat there and I took pictures and scribbled down recipes, and the process just continued. And once you got a basic understanding of the cooking, then it becomes easier to write the recipes. But what I did not expect when I did my first book on food of Bali, this all of a sudden would become something which might be preserving this fabulous culture a little bit. I never expected I would get into that, but by writing these recipes down, actually we've got something written now which maybe somebody can fall back to it in 20 years and say, well, that's the way it used to be.